Yo, Richie Rich here, creative peaceful consultant, trying to get a good picture. Lighting here is not so good. Anyway, today is the 15th of May, and like I said before in other previous videos, everything seems to be back to normal back here in Vietnam. So today I'm going to talk a little different topic, but it's all about being courageous and changing your life, and that means and this is going to be more towards obviously Western countries, probably more towards North America. But anyway, if you look in your country and lockdowns and stuff, there's a lot of stuff on the internet, and people, and I can kind of see their point of view is everybody seems, some people are finding that they're losing their liberty and freedoms, especially with this lockdown and everything else. And especially in the U.S., I've been seeing news of and then even in Europe, they're just cracking down on anybody going outside their home. And that's a topic for another time, whether that's legitimate or not. I have my own personal views, but I'm not here to talk about that. So I'm basically, what I'm here to say is, if you feel about you want to leave your place of dwelling in the US, Canada, Australia, Europe, whatever, and you find you're not getting your freedoms, you might want to, I'm a freedom type of guy, and I want my freedom. I don't want to be kowtowed, even though I'm in a communist country in Vietnam. Be surprised how much more free it is here than it is in Canada. But anyway, that's like another topic for another time. So, but if you are interested in coming over to Vietnam, and because I can only speak about Vietnam, I can't talk about other countries, but this is a time to start doing your research. If you want to relocate, there's a lot of expats I know especially in the U.S. They go to Mexico, Costa Rica, some South American countries, and just together. First of all, it's more. How can I say? Their standard of living is better, and also you can live a lot cheaper. Especially now, when a lot of people are finding that their pensions are not going to be there, or not as much as going to be there, and they have to cut costs somewhere. And if there's no jobs, or there are jobs, they're very low paying, a lot of people are going to find it very difficult. So my service would be, it's not my main service, but because I teach people their path. It's lifeoptimizationreport.com. Help you optimize your life. But this is going to optimize. It's just a report, so I'll talk more about that later in a second. But if you're interested in coming to Vietnam and knowing more on how to do it, you can message me on Facebook, and or leave a comment on the or your courage report at gmail.com. That's probably the simplest. Your courage report at gmail.com, and just send a message. Look, I'm looking to move to look to Vietnam, and to live a little more cheaply. And you can live pretty comfortably over here for depends what kind of high lifestyle. But if you want to be very conservative, probably 800 to 1,000 US per month. Okay, and that's gonna 300 to 500 of that is going to be what can I say? It's going to be your residence, and that includes your internet, everything. So your other 500 is going to be basically your entertainment, food, and any transportation that you need. Mostly it's kind of like an Uber over here, but it's Grab Taxi, or if you desire to, you can buy a motorbike and scoot around, and that's what I do. So anyway, if you desire to come over here and live a little more economic and freer lifestyle, I'm not saying Vietnam is the best place for that in the world, because every country has its pros and cons. But even if you want to live here even like 6 months of the year and go back home to offset some of your costs, especially in northern states, and you want to get away from the winters, yeah. Well, but the only problem I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, the airlines right now are not up and running. Who knows what's going to happen going forward? And also, you're not going to be able to go here ASAP because nothing's running. So this could be, like I said, this is May 15th, 2020. It could be a couple months until this is up and running. But the Vietnam is starting to take tourists over here. And I think the tourist industry is going to be not so good over here right now. Well, not just so much Vietnam, but globally, because of the airlines and everything else, and people are worried about traveling. So anyway, that's and now with this, like the tourists, there's a lot of hotels are offering really good rates. I found a rate. One person was telling me get free breakfast and a very nice hotel room. This is in District 7. This is coming from third party, but anyway, the hotel room and districts, and the whole month was 300. Is it 300? Yeah, 300. It was 300 US, 250 or 300 US dollars for the whole month, and I included breakfast. So now, that's just a hotel room. Obviously, you're not going to have a kitchenette or anything else. It's just a plain Jane, just a hotel room, bed and bathroom, and if you want to go out and eat all the time. But it's a place to start. You know, you're not under a commitment. There's some apartments over here that want you to sign for at least a minimum of 3, or some are 6-month minimum lease contracts. So it's a good place to start. But yeah, and there's international health hospitals over here as well. But if anybody's interested in this and wants me to put out a little report more on this, just message me, and yeah, I'll put something together. But I've done previous videos on my other channel about Vietnam living and stuff, and what to expect and not to expect. But obviously, if you get into I'm in Ho Chi Minh, but if you're, and it's a very big city, and the farther out from the center, the cheaper it is. And if you go to smaller towns, you can probably get better rates for living as well. So, but being in some of the real estate downtown District 1 is very expensive. So yeah, you can pay almost US rates as far as hotels and certain accommodations. So you don't want to be going down District 1. But if you're looking to save some money and have more freer lifestyle, yeah, I think this is a place to go. And the government over here basically leaves you alone, as long as you're not doing anything stupid. That's with any country. So, and just, yeah, and if you work for a company, obviously you get a business visa and everything else. And there's ways to get other visas over here as well. I think the U.S. has if I'm not mistaken, Vietnam is the only country that Vietnam offers, especially for U.S. citizens, that they can get a 1-year tourist visa, which is really nice, because I'm not a U.S. citizen, so that's really nice. So you can come over here and do it once, and I think it's cheap, like $55. There's a few other fees on top of that, but it's pretty cheap. So, but that end of it, yeah, it's the biggest question right now is flights coming over here, as long as you get a flight and everything else, and how things go. And right now, I think international flights, they're still putting people under 2-week quarantine when they arrive, because they are trying to bring back some of their foreign nationals, like students and stuff, to come back to Vietnam. So they got subjugate them to 2 weeks. So how long that's gonna last, don't know. And I did hear that if you go to another country beside Vietnam, like Laos or Cambodia, and this is not, I can't confirm this, so this is just third party again. that if you're in those countries for 2 weeks, it kind of counts as your quarantine. So then what you do is once you're there for a couple, minimum of 2 weeks, you come across the border by land and have your paperwork and you're good to go. So you don't have to be totally strict on the quarantine, being stuck in a building and everything else. So then again, that's if you can get a flight to Cambodia. And I'm not sure how that, I have not looked into flights and that. So anyway, this is a bit of a long video about coming to Vietnam. So yeah, so if anybody looking to come to Vietnam, and also if you're younger, I'm not even older, like even if you're over 50, 60 years old, and you want to teach English, I think English is going to be a lot of people left when this whole C virus came across into Vietnam, shut down for 3 weeks, and a lot of people, teachers, went back home to their foreign countries. So there could be, and there are also lots of English teachers still here, but there's still going to be a demand for English teachers, because when they come back, we fill those spots, and there could be a bit of a demand for that. So, and there's other countries too that you can teach English, but that's if something you want to do, just kind of supplement your income, and there's other ways to do that too. But anyway, yeah, I'm Richie Rich, Creative Peaceful Consultant, and I do have the Life Optimization Report.com, and that's for people who want, it points you into the direction. Check it out. Check out the webpage. It does more of an explanation on what it's all about. Especially now, people are losing their jobs and I'm not sure where to go, and this kind of points you into direction of maybe what you should be doing, more of a purpose base of your life, and you want to be swimming downstream. You don't want to be swimming upstream with your life. So anyway, again, I'm Richie Rich, Creative Peaceful Consultant. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.